I must have missed something here. Because there has to be a way down to the water again. Anything? Huh. I was gonna say there's that rope, and there's this rope here. But you can't interact with that rope. So... Ah. Well, hopefully I can figure something out, because I kinda have to get back down there for the numbers from the school. Hmm. Unless there's a way to call it. Oh, wait, what? You can go down here? Oh. Hmm. For what reason? Oh. Okay. This is another one. Missed this. Okay. So what the heck was that? That was like a... Uh, I don't know. A groan? So we got 3. There's 2 more somewhere? Got that one. I wonder if they're all on this island, because I've seen... Or yeah, they have to be on this island. Ah, here we go. Ah, there's another one. So it was just hidden areas I didn't even think about going. Huh? A frog? We have 4. There's one more. Somewhere. Oh. I didn't really go up to the window like that. Or I did, but But... There we go. I don't see anything there, though. Okay. Oop. Nothing there. Can't step off the path at all over here. Those look like they extend, but how? Guess from inside? Is there a way to... No, I don't want to do that. No, they do extend, okay. You're gonna say, take the plank from this one. That overhang is really close. I can turn... Can't go up. Hmm. There's something about that, or what? That. Oh. I can go back. Okay. Oh. Is there other fish? Hmm. Is it 5? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it is 5. So, 5 fish? So what, we have 5 fish. I don't know, one beetle? So I got a hint that we have to come all the way back to the island that we had to take the minecart to. And we go through these doors, but we turn around and close them. Oh, what? What was that? You were kidding me. These are doors? I thought they were railings. Ah, okay. What's on the left? Another one, eh? Another one of these? Okay. What's that? Oh, that's the, what we have to go to. Come on. There we go, we had to catch it at the right moment. The same as the other ones? It is. Well, shoot. I don't know what to do with those yet. Alright, well, this is where we're supposed to go, I think. What's into this? Oh, wow. What? Oh. Does this go all the way back to the island? That door? Oh, it does. Eggs, let me turn this. Now we're on Temple Island again. Or, that's what they call it, I guess. Oh. Huh. Okay. Oh. So I gotta go down before I go, oh, what? Oh. Okay. What? Is this the door? This is the door. Oh. Okay. Okay, so that's another fire marble, they call them. Can I look down now? No, I cannot. Alright. Yeah, if I go back through here... Yeah, it's turned. So now we can go back that way instead of having to take the maglev. Then back across. We have to go in here. Or not? Not yet. Oh. I think I know what that did. I gotta go over here. Yep, that's that's what it did. It turned that off. Now we just keep going forward. Do this. Oh, okay. Oh boy. 87-728. Last week, while monitoring the situation of the villagers from the scope in my survey room, I observed one of the natives swim out to a small object that appeared to be floating, but anchored, near the entrance to the bay. I ordered the object removed from the water for inspection. Several days later, however, I was surprised to see another floating there. The missing object had apparently, and quite mysteriously, been replaced with a new one, overnight. I've long been aware of the existence of similar artifacts on the villagers' island, but have paid them little notice until now. Tomorrow I shall send surveyors to catalog the others. Okay. Oh, this is the last one we need. Oh, okay. So that's the 3. Oh, we have that one. Okay. That's the one from the whale. This. Something. Something. What's in here? Oh. 82-213. The latest ink formulation has proven a failure. Even when writing in my most promising books, I obtain only the barest glimmer of a connection. It is frustrating to expend so much effort creating a blank book, only to end up destroying it when it doesn't work. There are days when the lab is uncomfortably warm from the flames of these failed attempts. The further I refine each element, the formulations of the inks and papers, the physical dimensions of the books, the more I realize that the list of potential combinations is nearly infinite. It is during moments like these that I despair. Without access to Denis, my long-term goals may never be accomplished. Nevertheless, there are avenues of research which remain to be explored. This is very nice handwriting. I can barely read some of it. 8258. I am discontinuing regular observations of the stars beneath the fissure. Although I've been able to track the dark cloud-like formations that migrate through the star field and have proven that their paths are cyclical, without proper instrumentation it is pointless to continue. My general theory concerning the nature of the fissure has remained unaltered since it first appeared. It seems that the fabric of this age has been breached in a way that permits matter to be hospitably exchanged between two discrete but overlapping spaces, much like a link. But the apparent physical contradictions surrounding this juncture defy logical reason. A great column of wind that was formed when the fissure first appeared suggests a vacuum, as one might expect in space. Yet my early experimentations revealed the presence of a breathable atmosphere. That Atreus and Catherine threw themselves into the void is further evidence that it might be safe to travel, but without knowing its true nature I cannot take the risk myself. It is also difficult to say what would happen if I were to reopen it after so long, but it is likely that the results would be catastrophic, given the changes that have occurred in this age since that time. Maintenance on the steam vent caps completed. 83-10. I am extremely pleased with the continued success of this system. I believe the construction to have been true to the Denis designs of my memory. Another example of the superiority of the Denis technology. It's ironic that Atreus and Catherine unwittingly provided me with such a convenient source of power. Oh, so that's the, that's some of those levers. As with many of my views over the years, my thoughts regarding the origin of the fissure have changed. I have recently begun to wonder whether it was actually an unexpected byproduct of the changes Catherine and Atreus wrote into this age during their escape. Certainly by casting their linking book into the void, they trapped me here quite effectively. But I do not believe that Atreus intended the book to be lost in this matter. Much better to destroy it than to risk the possibility of its falling into unknown hands. Also, had they foreseen the creation of the fissure, they would surely have thought that the vacuum it created would eventually consume the atmosphere of this planet. A fate which Catherine undoubtedly would have deemed unacceptable for her homeworld. If I had not been there to supervise the construction of the seal, this is most certainly what would have happened, for the villagers were far too frightened to even approach the vortex without my urging. I hold on to the belief that it was an unintended consequence of their writing for another reason as well. I prefer to think that my son had meant for this age to be merely a prison for me, rather than a death sentence. 83.5.14. The construction of the imagers has proceeded without fault. It is interesting to see how easily I have been able to adapt the Denis technology to mimic that of the Ahmad. In some ways, the similarities between the two cultures was striking. I wonder if perhaps there had been communication on commerce between the two cultures in earlier times. Maybe Keda's people were even descendants of the Denis. It pleases me to think so. Alright, that's that projection thing. I don't know about that one. Or that one. No, it's possible that if I were somehow able to supply the books with a power source of sufficient magnitude, I could suppress the variance enough to facilitate a solid link. It is doubtful that the geothermal cap generators could provide such an enormous surge. Perhaps I could adapt the fire marbles. That's where we get the name, fire marbles. I have been cataloging the natural elements of this age for nearly 30 years now. Yet still I continue to find evidence of the Denis preoccupation with 5. As a boy, it was very clear to me that the number 5 had a special significance to the Denis society. From the ancient heraldic emblems of the ruling elite to the humble homes of the commoners, it was ubiquitous. Its presence here is obviously a direct reflection of the minds that designed the texts that I used to compose this age, further proof that through their art the Denis masters were indeed creating the marvelous worlds they wrote, and not, as many have mistakenly thought, merely building links to pre-existing worlds. While most of my constructions have been based on Denis designs, I see now that the ones that I have imbued with the power of 5 are clearly the most beautiful, the most perfect, and, I believe, the most structurally sound. Oh, those are the eyes, okay. I am still attempting to determine how the Denis color symbology reflects this superior design principle. Although superficially it is based on a 6-colon system, I am convinced that there has to be a deeper connection to 5. I will continue to investigate. Yeah, those eyeballs. 83.911. I finally made a breakthrough. I have succeeded in modifying the fire marbles to generate enough power to hold a descriptive linking book in a stable matrix. I have linked to a new world. It is a harsh and desolate age, but is nonetheless well suited for my purposes. And so I have designated it my... I have no idea what that is. By studying it closely, I believe I will eventually be able to create a more appropriate age for us to resettle on. For now, I will build an office and set up my living quarters there, in order that I may conduct my experiments in safety and without distraction. I must admit that I am proud of my work. To think that in such primitive conditions I have accomplished in 29 years what it took the original Denis centuries to achieve. Note, repair outerwear for work on this world. The goggles may need to be redesigned altogether. 84.413. I have begun construction on a series of link sites for each island that will connect Riven with my new office on whatever that world is. The Survey Guild has finally completed the site location for each island. According to my exact specifications, and installation of the domes is underway at last. Work on the central power source got off to a bit of a bad start, I'm afraid, but the pace has picked up considerably since then, and I anticipate no further delays. I'm looking forward to finally having a civilized mode of transportation. That might be useful later? Due to Rebels' continued disturbance, I've decided to install a coded access system into all of the domes. Ah, okay. That's what we're looking for. 8567. I caught one of my assistants looking over this journal today. I'm glad I have chosen to write it in a language they cannot decipher. I can hardly decipher it too sometimes. Note: discuss security with each guild master. No problems expected from the maintenance, educators, and surveyor. Question the bookmakers and builders more closely. 86-10-24. Today I heard several more reports of spirit sightings by some of the villagers. It seems that under Catherine's leadership, the rebels on the Black Moiety, as the villagers obstinately insist on referring to them, have attained a new level of sophistication in their terror tactics, and have renewed their campaign to intimidate the villagers into joining them, playing upon their shared superstitions. The villagers are certainly susceptible to this form of coercion, especially given, of late, the rebels' increasing acts of vandalism and theft. 87-115. The something traps have been steadily fruitful this year. Apparently, the breakup of the islands has not adversely affected the subterranean ecosystems. Unfortunately, I imagine the rebels are experiencing a similarly generous harvest. No shortage of poison for their darts this season. Such morbid issues aside, the sudden availability has allowed me to refine a particularly pleasant extract for my pipe. One that is smoother than any of the others from recent years. 87-329. Chemical analysis of one of the rebel knives has yielded curious results. Its composition contains elements that are unlike anything I have encountered on the islands. It appears they have access to a resource of which I am unaware. Perhaps a mine on an uncharted island. Oh, that's the dagger, huh? That's probably what's behind that wall. Note, most of the knives have been found on the south side of the village. This is the same area in which there have been reports of people mysteriously disappearing. I think a closer inspection of the area is warranted. The fact that they leave these distinctive knives as a sign of their presence concerns me. They're growing more bold, and seem to no longer fear discovery of their hideout. 87-627. Latest measurements indicate that the recent trend has continued. The movement of the islands has slowed tremendously. Previous estimates predict a total collapse in approximately 3 months. But with the new figures, I am uncertain. I have nearly finished writing the something age book thing, and I have every faith that it will indeed be a safe place for us to relocate to. Yet it would be helpful to know what has caused the halt in this age's breakup. Is it possible that it's stable after all? If so, I must discover how this age differs from my less successful attempts. My examinations of the something age have thus far proven inconclusive. Or perhaps someone is repairing the damage to the fifth age. If so, it could almost certainly be Atreus' doing. I have reluctantly decided to abandon my experiment into the behavior of the water of this age, as there are more pressing matters at which I must now concentrate, leaving me little time for such speculative research. For future reference, however, my investigations up to this point have revealed the following. I believe the remarkable properties of the water to be caused by a life form that resides in it, specifically a type of bacteria. I am imagining a molecule unicellular organism, but one with structures capable of holding bits of water, whose combined effect, via surface tension, a stronger force, causes the composite body of water to move in response to heat. Prolonged exposure to extreme heat, for example, a period of extended boiling, seems to kill the bacteria, which would explain its dramatic aversion to heat sources. Unfortunately, these theories are still not fully tested, and I remain ignorant both of its deeper nature and its possible uses. 8776. An exciting development last night. A squad of maintenance stumbled upon a lone rebel scout and obtained from him a most incredible device. It is a crystal that somehow powers these flawed linking books, much as my own system does, but with an obvious advantage. It is small and weighs only a few pounds, making it completely portable. Catherine must have fabricated the device before I captured her. Obviously, with an explicit Denis schematic she must have brought with her to this age. If only I'd had access to such a document all these years. Regardless, I can now concentrate solely on the writing of ages and need no longer worry about building elaborate power supplies for each new book I write. This is a sobering reminder, however, that I must continue to seek an avenue to Denis for gaining access to the resources that may be crucial to the completion of my mission. Then some type of square. Okay, so that's the end of the book.